People who believe that they have the right to govern others even without their consent. They're the threats.
Beautiful little baby.
Pardon? Sorry.
You have a beautiful little baby.
Oh, yeah.
So this might be of concern to you.
Okay.
It's about the police and their use of tasers to achieve compliance.
Yeah.
Are you for that? Are you against it?
Very against it.
Do you think that they are using the tasers properly?
No, not at all.
Are you scared of? Do you think the Canadian people would have allowed them to have, say, cattle prods instead of tasers?
I don't know. But either way, I don't think either of them are that safe. I know somebody that's been tasered and had to be hospitalized for it. So
really, eh?
yeah.
Do you think they use them too willingly and quickly?
Definitely, way too quickly.
Are you aware that they were supposed to originally be a replacement for firearms?
Yeah.
So that if they're in a situation where they could use a firearm, they can choose to not use a firearm and just use a taser.
Yeah.
Did you see the guy killed in Vancouver? The clip of the guy killed in Vancouver?
I saw it, yeah.
If the cop had used a gun at that point instead of a taser, do you think he would have faced charges?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Did you see anything that would justify him being shot?
No, he shouldn't have been shot or tasered.
Right.
Definitely.
Well, I thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on your beautiful baby.
You know, the funny thing is, I actually like cops. I almost became a police officer myself.
Listen very carefully. They're just people. They are just using words. But if they change the definition of those words,
then they can get you in a position where you will be working for them.
you will spend half your life working for them so that they can have all of the luxuries of the planet. You will have far less than you should.
I actually met one cop once I want to tell you about. His name is Cameron Murdoch. And when I first started doing this, when I first started doing my little projects, I got arrested by this guy because I was outside holding a sign that said, I sell marijuana lawfully. He didn't like this, so they came after me. But when he arrested me, he didn't grab me or anything. He just touched me and he said, I have to place you under arrest. There's an unendorsed warrant for your arrest. So he touched me. I said, okay, protest. I'm operating under protest and duress and protest. So he noted it in his book, and he showed me in his book how he had noted it. And then we sat around and we chatted for, well, I stood there and I had my coffee. This was on Commercial Drive, and we chatted for about 15 minutes until the paddy wagon came up. And then he said, okay, here, I've got to put the cuffs on you. He put them on just one click. And then the paddy wagon driver, he thought he was kind of funny. He said, oh, I know you. I've dealt with you before. I was like, really? What's my name? He said, oh, I don't know your name. I said, well, trust me, if you've ever dealt with me, you would know my name. It was an interesting thing, because it was kind of like he was tapping me on the shoulder saying, hey, look at this, you're not paying attention to this. And it's like I was walking down a hallway and I was passing by a door that I should be checking out. And on a spiritual level, he brought my attention, my awareness, my perspective. I saw it from his for a short period of time. And it's like when this door opened and I realized all these cops, they're not bad people. They're actually very good people who are doing their best. And to them, they're in a rock and a hard place. They're being told what to do, and yet they're given very little information about what the limits of their authority are. And the people who are pulling their strings don't want them thinking that there's limits to their authority. So from their perspective, they're getting very, very, very heavily squeezed. And I don't think, I think for the most part, these people pretty much are peace officers. They have hearts of peace, and then they're supposed to have a badge that represents that. But you can't give someone who doesn't have a heart of peace, a peace officer badge and say, now you're a peace officer, go out and taser people.
They need your consent. Everything they do, they are providing a service to you, and they need your consent.
They don't want you to know this. They use very tricky language to get your consent.
They don't even act upon you, the human being, but only upon your person, a legal entity,
which exists because you consent.
Some cops aren't going to like this math. Sorry. And the reason is it has to do with ratios. The ratio that exists between the number of us and the number of them.
The math, the police, they don't like this math. The reason they don't like this math is because it demonstrates a truth which they prefer to ignore. For every one of them, there are 900 other people. 900 to 1 is the ratio of police officers to people that they claim they must police. This is what it looks like pictorially. We outnumber him, 900 to 1. What this means is if Canada becomes a police state, it's not going to be because of what that one police officer has done. It's going to be a result of what those 900 did not do. It's not going to be what this man has done, but what we didn't.
It surprised me that no one said anything to stop me. No one said, Carmen, you can't say those things to me. Those things are sick. Nobody said that. They just accepted what I said. I said, you know, go tell that man to the face he's the scum of the earth, and they'd do it without question. They'd do push-ups without question. They'd sit in the hole. They'd abuse each other. And here they're supposed to have a little bit, they're supposed to be together as a unit in jail, but here they're abusing each other because I requested them to. And no one questioned my authority at all. And no one questioned my authority at all. And no one questioned my authority at all. And it really shocked me. Why didn't people, when I started to get, abuse people so much, I started to get so profane that, and still people didn't say anything.
I really thought that I was incapable of this kind of behavior. I was surprised, I was dismayed to find out that I could really be that I could act in a manner so absolutely unaccustomed to anything I would even really dream of doing. And while I was doing it, I didn't feel any regret. I didn't feel any guilt. It was only afterwards when I began to reflect on what I had done that this behavior began to dawn on me, and I realized that this was a part of me I hadn't really noticed before.
Uniform on, and are given a role, a job, saying your job is to keep these people in line, then you're certainly not the same person as if you're in street clothes and in a different role. You really become that person once you put on that khaki uniform, you put on the glasses, you take the nightstick, and you act the part. And no one questioned my authority at all. And no one questioned my authority at all.
You have a very simple remedy available to you. The problem is, however, most people do not want it. And if you try to take it, they might stop you. Because people are pretty happy exactly where they are. You can say no to them. You can simply say no. If you have a lawful excuse, you can say no. You can establish that lawful excuse with the right.
And no one questioned my authority at all. And no one questioned my authority at all.
How did you feel when you said no?
Like I had the power to do anything. Yeah.
Did you end up keeping your cell phone?
Yes.
There you go.
Good one.
Do they ever try to take it again? Since?
No.
And cops are actually funny. I almost became a cop. I came very, very close after the military. I wanted to be a peace officer. I wanted to serve my country. Then I found out not only did they want me to throw people in jail for pot, they wanted me to stop smoking it too.